Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Why? Because I really care about my clients. I spend the most amount of time with them. I hold their hand throughout the process of my coaching, and everything is confidential in my coaching. Even though some people have pissed me off, not a lot, one or two from YouTube, I respect myself enough to keep the confidentiality and to be persistent in continuing to want to help people. My coaching is unlike any other coaching under the sun. That's a fact. I coach mainly in audio exchange and phone sessions. My packages consist of unlimited phone sessions and audio exchange. And I'm thinking about switching it up, and I want to hear what you think in the comments because as I have been coaching different people of different walks of life for the last 8 years, mostly before coaching on YouTube for the last year, I've been coaching entertainment people, all right? They usually get on the phone with me, and at sometimes we exchange audios, not long ones. And then, so that's why I incorporated audios in my coaching, because I think that's a very productive way of exchanging communication for those people, particularly if the time zones don't align or whatever, the schedules don't align. Now, I'm thinking about switching it to phone sessions only, and then including conversations over audio for a higher price package. Actually, right now it's reverse. So in other words, what I have right now is unlimited audio exchange, which is the most popular package, where we exchange audios. You start with describing your childhood, adolescence, up until today, your SPs, everything you've got going on. And so far, this is how I've been coaching, and I spend like an inordinate amount of time, like truly, sincerely, 2 to 3 hours per audio of 20 minutes max, which is why I ask you to stay within that limit, because otherwise it becomes truly overwhelming for me. What I'm thinking about doing, and the other package is also, the unlimited package is also unlimited telephone sessions. What I'm thinking about doing is switching those two prices completely, meaning I will offer the telephone session and unlimited package for the price of what I'm offering now for audios, because I'm realizing more and more that for me to be able to assist more people, I need to do it constructively. And so, in other words, my phone session unlimited and interacting with small short audios, I'm talking 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, I'm not talking about 20 minutes, right? So I'm sorry if it's confusing, but I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my ability. In the past, the package for my audio exchange right now, as it stands, it's $24.50. It has become recently clear to me that I'm spending more time on that rather than on telephone sessions, which is $39. I think it's $39.50. Yeah, $39.50. So I'm switching those prices, I think is what I'm saying. And by the time this airs, it will be switched, where the audio exchange package, which is unlimited audios, will be $39.50, or I might make it like $34.50 or something like that. $3,500 essentially, and then the unlimited phone sessions will be $24.50. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just decided, because it's just coming to me that it's a lot more work, and to be perfectly honest, I accomplish a lot more on the phone with the person, talking to them live. The idea, though, with the audio exchange is that you do need to think about and what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and I listen to it plenty, right? But the thing is, though, that takes me a lot more time, right? So if you're a person who, for example, some kind of a rock star or somebody like a doctor, or I don't know, somebody whose schedule is really, all over the place, you need maybe the audio exchange. But that takes me longer, and I basically, instead of charging you per hour, I'm going to just charge you as a package. In any case, you can also hire me per hour to decide whether or not I'm your kind of coach. But I assume the reason I'm doing these audios is that I assume you listen to some of them. And you get some kind of an idea the kind of person I am. Upon booking, you need to pre-book on my website through Zelle or Cash App, and whatever suits you most. But on my website, when you book, regardless of how you book, you need to sign the coaching agreement, understanding that, first of all, the coaching fee is non-refundable. There is that, because I go into this thinking that you know me just a little bit, okay? And if you really feel uncertain, we can get on the phone, okay, for an hour session. And that I'm not a psychologist. So if you have like a real problem, meaning something that I cannot help you with, right? So a psychological disorder that beyond depression and anxiety, right? I can't help you with that. So you're signing that agreement, understanding that I'm a coach, not a psychologist, that you don't get to bombard me, you need to respect me, and you don't get to send me an audio of more than 20 minutes at a time, and you need to wait a day or two for me to respond. Now, sometimes I will be traveling, sometimes, it takes me maybe a day later because of whatever I have going on personally, but it's not longer than 3 days. Okay, so on average, you speak to me 2 to 3 times a week. Everybody has my cell phone in my coaching, so if any kind of situation arises that you need my assistance, you can say, can we talk on the phone, and we'll schedule it, and that's fine, because basically even the audio exchange package includes telephone sessions. So I'll be happy to do that. You just can't you can't bombard me. I ask to be, for you to be polite, essentially. But we can schedule that, and when I'm available, I'll let you know. All right? Also, you can buy t-shirts now. The link is below to my merchandise with my sayings. Apparently, the quality is all right. So from those people who have bought my t-shirts, they say that they're good. I'm not producing this stuff. All I did is I put my sayings on them. So I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, okay, the subject of today, which I had to think about for a minute. I had some notes, but because we had this fucking smoke in New York, oh my fucking God, I was just like, it was funny I went out, me, you gotta understand, I live in my bubble. I live in my 360 bubble. I don't pay attention to the news, nothing. I was just walking my dog one day, and I'm like, it smells like fireplace in the air. But then I was like, I guess somebody's burning a fireplace in June, which is not uncommon in my area. A lot of people, I live in a really nice area, and we all have fireplaces, and I'm like, whatever. But then the next day, I walk out to a completely different scene. It's smoke everywhere. It looked like the Batman movie set where it's like, no. I'm like, uh-oh. What the fuck is happening? The sky went pink. I'm telling you, it was fucking pink. I even sent pictures to some of my friends, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, you haven't been watching the news? I'm like, no, I don't fucking watch news. There are wildfires in Canada that completely went bananas. I'm like, oh, okay. So then, when I'm telling you, I was sitting in my office yesterday, and I'm just like, the sun, it's 2 p.m. and the sun went fucking dark. That's what was happening. I'm like, what? Anyway, it wasn't funny because I got really kind of congested because of this. It really affected, I think, people. And I'm not one to wear a mask because it's like I can't do this situation. I become claustrophobic. But it was, yeah, it wasn't pleasant. It was funny until it wasn't funny, basically. But it made for good pictures, actually. But that's about it. We suffer for art. I'm just kidding. The subject of today is how to keep your SP glued to you. Glued. Capiche? Glued. The inevitability of the situation. Okay, so you have a desire. This goes for everything, right? So sometimes like people sign up to coach with me and they say to me, a lot of your audios are not just about SP. And it's true, they're not. They're not. But why I'm kind of like pointing into that direction is because a lot of people, that's how they start out. Even in my coaching, a lot of people come to me with SP situations, but really their whole life is a mess. There are problems everywhere. But the subject that grabs their attention is the SP, is the matters of the heart. And so basically, you have a desire, and this goes for everything. Like I said, SP or money or whatever, career, blah, blah, blah. So this is what came to me the other day, and when I was writing down my notes. There is a frequency on which your desires exist, like right now, and always have, okay? It was existing before you even took your first breath. Before that, before your grandparents were born, before anybody was fucking born, it was already in motion. That frequency exists right now. All right? And so your job, and I know it's going to take you a minute to wrap your mind around it, but nevertheless, letting in the frequency of your desire is the idea. You have a desire. Let's just pick the SP as a situation of interest. Which I mock this all day long because I don't think that's so fucking interesting. You can, please. I think the most interesting thing you'll ever do is become a better person, better version of yourself. But that's another story for another time, or the story of my channel. Sorry. Okay. Letting in the frequency of your desire is your job. Now, how do you do it? Now, here's the deal. I'm going to explain this very kind of like, structurally. Imagine you're walking down the street and you get a whiff of some smell that you really like. Flowers, a perfume that is familiar, whatever, a familiar smell, bakery, whatever. And you're like, oh yeah, that's amazing. I know that. I know what that takes me to another fucking place, right? So that is how you let in the frequency. So you get a whiff of the frequency. So let's just say I want to manifest my SP right here, right now. And I remember something about them. I remember how they used to make me feel when things were great. And how their hand is in my hand, how their lips feel against my lips. Things like that. And now I'm there. Not in a desperate situation, but in a appreciation mode. And I can take myself into that world of that energy instantaneously. Inevitably so. Because now I feel their hand in my hand. I know what it's like to look in their eyes and feel the love, being poured all over me, right? So that's the frequency of your desire. And so getting a whiff of that energy, of that frequency of your desire, that's the job. If it's money, go look at your account. If there's nothing there, or if it's a little bit, you superimpose your desired preference and be like, no, there's 100 million in my account, or whatever it is. I don't know. 10,000, whatever it is you want to manifest. 100, 250,000, a million, 200 million, whatever. That's my thing. That's my reality. What I'm seeing right now is not what I'm seeing. What I am seeing is my reality. The frequency that I'm tapping into on a consistent basis is what I want to manifest, which is already manifested. I am just making sure that it comes over here, that I get to experience it. It's already there. Like, can you imagine, like, it's already there. Like, you're sitting, like, in a certain kind of section of reality, let's just say, and then there's a parallel reality right next to you, like right fucking next to you, where you get all this stuff, and the only thing you need to adjust is yourself. Your the prism of reality through which you look through. I don't know how else to say it. It's like putting on different kind of attitude, mentality, thinking, which is why we work through beliefs in my coaching so much. Because most people, it's like this. If you have a different structure of beliefs, if you have the understanding that you can create anything you want and you're unlimited, and if you have the understanding that you're the God of your reality, even though momentarily you're in deep fucking shit, you can change that on a dime, right? So everybody gets into a bad mood, myself included. I didn't enjoy being fucking all clogged up, for the last 2 days because of the smoke, because I had such an allergic reaction. But the thing is, I still made the best of it because I took a lot of pictures, and it was actually a very mystical experience for me, because I was like, everybody was freaking out, but I was like, this is a fairy tale. I live in a fairy tale. Now, I fucking hated, not being okay for a second. But for me, in my situation, in my life, I've learned that, you know what? Sometimes that's what happens, and I don't have to make a big deal out of it. I just keep on going, and that's it. All right? So that's the thing. Right? You can momentarily not be okay, but overall, you're fucking fabulous. You're fucking fabulous because you know how to create. The next thing right after that is fucking fabulous because you didn't make such a big deal out of the bullshit that came your way. All right? So if you make a big deal, well, then fucking forget it. Seriously, though. I could be like the rest of the people running around watching the news and freaking the fuck out. My dad called me today like, oh my God, is it, should I send you anything? And no, don't send me nothing. I don't need anything. I just need you to stop panicking is what I need for you to do. But that's the attitude, is my point. That's the attitude that you should have. Okay, momentarily I can be pissed off. Momentarily I can get angry. And that's okay. That part of me is my human part. I can be pissed off, not feeling good, momentarily though. But don't let it get to you for a long period of time so that it doesn't, transpire into bigger manifestations. Okay. And so imagine this world is connected, the frequency of your desire. Imagine that is the frequency that is connected to the world where everything works in your favor. But I mean everything, even the fucking smog outside. How lovely. Like yesterday, somebody sent me a video from their penthouse. Lovely person, adorable person actually, and it was fabulous. The view was fabulous, and we were just both chuckling like fucking little kids. I'm like, can you believe that Manhattan looks like a pink fucking strawberry right now? Like, this is hilarious, But everything works in your favor. And he was just enjoying some kind of a meeting on his in his penthouse overlooking Fifth Avenue. And I'm like, fabulous. awesome. I love it. I love you and I love it. Right? So the world is always in your favor. The world is always on your side. So why would you imagine otherwise? Live in the world that everything is in your favor, and in your favor it is the entirety of time, even though you don't perceive it as much, but it is. It really is. Now, is that scary to you that everything is in your favor? Perhaps. If you went through drama, trauma, panorama, you're probably not used to this kind of thinking. Perhaps not. But does that scare you? And if it does, good. Why? Because that's when you start confronting your beliefs. It's a belief system. It's the gatekeepers, the beliefs, standing there like bullies and like, no, that. And it's like, please, let's negotiate. No, fuck you. Let's not negotiate. I'm firing you. I'm replacing you. So does it scare you if everything goes in your favor? Perhaps it does, because you're not used to it. You need to fire your entire belief system team and replace them with somebody who are intellectuals, intelligent people, beliefs who are actually there to serve you. The stuck-up motherfuckers who don't let anything good in are bullshit. Okay. And so it starts by loving yourself. And that's how you oblige yourself with experiences that you actually will love, of offering yourself those experiences, the best ones. Doesn't happen if you've got some kind of reservations about loving yourself or not making peace about what happened in the past. And that's what, honestly, I cover in my coaching, like, extensively. All right? I mean, word for word, I want to hear what you're saying to me. And I want to really, like, take it apart, pick it apart, and then put it together. It's okay to fall apart. By the way, I really meant to say it. It's okay to fall apart as long as you pick up the best pieces and rebuild your new self, the best new version of yourself. So falling apart actually is a good thing. My dog agrees. Whenever he starts like shaking and walking around, I know that he got triggered by some. I think he's smarter than me is what I think. Anyway, the other thing I wrote down is if you stop stressing and worrying, your desires are naturally there. And your desires naturally flow into your life. Now, again, we go back to the parallel reality concept, right? So from the get-go, that parallel reality was already there. Everything you want, and I mean everything. So when people tell me, can I manifest several things at once? I'm like, well, yeah, of course, duh. But the question is, can you really understand that it's already there? It's stationary. It's, again, in a lot of my audios, I describe it as a movie set, a Madame Tussauds presentation, if you will. And so imagine you walk onto the movie set or a theater stage or any kind of fucking situation like that. And so you witness, okay, the chair is here, that actor is there, this is the kind of background, this is the scene, this is what's going to happen. It's stationary. I have this amount of money. I have my SP. My SP is fucking adorable and adoring of me. And I have their everything. I am their world, blah, 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 whatever you want. But that's a reality. It exists right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. And so if you stop blocking yourself with your stupid beliefs, excuse me, but yeah, some beliefs are stupid, okay? Which are blocking you from receiving your fearful insecurities and this and that. And I say stupid with complete and utter fucking disrespect towards your beliefs. Why? Because they don't serve you. And if something doesn't serve you, it's fucking stupid. I mean, that's all I got. Anyway, if you stop stressing and worrying and putting barricades against something that's actually yours anyway, you receive what you want. Your desires are naturally yours, always have been, because they're already there and always were. The other thing that I want to say is how to keep your SP glued to you. It's very simple. Now notice how I start out by talking about SPs and I always bring it back to you, because it is all about you. Your SP is the aftermath of your beliefs and of your thinking, and the way you perceive the world and the kind of frequency you reside in. So reside in a different frequency, you attract a different version of your SP, you become a different version. Well, first you become the different version and then you attract a different SP. It's all about you. Everyone else is just coming along for the ride. It's not a joke, it's actually true. Everyone else, including your SP, is just coming along for the ride. So if in the past you were thinking that you're a victim and this and that, oh my goodness, I need to be paranoid, I need to be fearful, I need to be insecure. No, you don't. That's just the program you're running on. And you can just as well discard that program. That's what I teach in my coaching. Everyone else is just coming along for the ride. Worry is always stupid. Stop buying into the ideas of fear. The response that you give today, you can change that response. The fear will maybe always be there, but the response can change until it disappears. The response that you give to your previous fears, insecurities, what have you, is the change. If you choose to not pay attention, notice how the word verbiage in English language is pay attention. You're always paying. You're paying with attention. And so, if you're paying attention to your fears, insecurities, and worries, guess what? The response is from the universe is that you go nowhere. If you stop paying attention to those things, the response from the universe is change. Beautiful, simply magical, simply wondrous. Change. Yes to change. Allow the change to flow in. Be that energy. Yourself first. Be that person who has the SP glued to them, who has the money, who has the career, who has everything. Do you understand what I'm fucking telling you right now? What the fuck I'm telling you? The inevitability of those things are inherent in the structure of reality. Your reality consists of parallel realities. The only reason that you experience movement, I already said it like a zillion times, is because there are parallel realities. And so if you see no change, it's because you're not allowing it. You're not allowing it. Why? I don't know. Your case might be that you don't want change. Because you're not changing, so not a goddamn thing is changing. Right? You're worried, you're scared, you're insecure, you're whatever your problem is. Now, I'm sympathetic towards all my clients. Some of my clients went through a lot of trauma, drama, panorama, and I get it. Because I myself had to go through certain things that, quite frankly, I don't really wish on anybody. Which is why I love coaching people, and I love doing this work, because I wish somebody else did this for me. But I found my way, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to change somebody's life. It's extraordinary. But I'll tell you what you need in order to change your life. Never stop. What does that mean? Never stop, first of all, questioning. Does this serve me? What am I doing to improve myself? Am I doing the best? Am I showing up? Am I working towards being the person that I really want to become? Don't work hard, work smart, but work. Show up. Do what you have to do. Do the do. I love this song. There's a song, oh, I can get into this. This is going to be a half-hour fucking conversation. But there's a remix of a song that I really like. And maybe I'll include a link and you guys can listen to it. It inspires me. Music inspires me. Music is extraordinary that way. The inevitability of reality that you prefer is inherent to the reality construct. So whatever you experienced before truly doesn't matter. Why? Because that's just one reality, one version of events, a situation, a belief system. You can become a different person and create a new reality. How to understand what you're creating now is to understand yourself, your belief system. And very simply put, if you if you look at the under the hood of your car, as a metaphor, and you understand what's not working, you can replace it. You can replace the entire fucking engine, if you will. And that's what I teach in my coaching. And so the inevitability of being a certain person is a choice, quite frankly. You can make it inevitable or you can stay the same person for the rest of your fucking life. For the rest of your life. Without making a decision, a choice. A complete, concrete, stubborn, like a fucking donkey decision. I have had enough. I am not doing this anymore. I am choosing to be the magnet for all good things, my SP included. I'm choosing for them to come back and be fucking glued to me. I'm choosing for them to be faithful and loyal to me, to be obsessed with me and calling me and all this shit that everybody wants. But the thing is, you're not choosing it and they're not choosing you. You don't choose the money, it doesn't choose you. Choose, decide. Be glued to your fucking goals, not in a desperate way, but in a go fuck yourself, I already have this shit way. Alright? That's the deal. Because I decided it. I am the creator of my reality. And that's the do. Do the do. I gotta find the song. Now watch, everybody's gonna go. It's an actually a really talented mixed person somewhere in Europe, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, who I almost collaborated with. Be inevitable to your goals. Do the do. Be there. Be in that frequency. Be in that world. Absorb it and be glued to something that you prefer rather than observing what you don't want. And so if you're observing things like, well, it's not here yet, ha-da-da, tupadu, tapachu, chupachu, chupacha, chupachu, tapadu, tapadu, tapadu. Don't care. Throw it out. It's over. It's time for being glued to something that you really love and prefer. It's time to create your optimal, inevitable reality. Does it scare you? I hope it does. Because it needs to scare you a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.